Accidentally. That's okay. My shoes are there. We're good.
What child is it? What child is this?
What child is this?
The one that's next to you.
Hey, dude, I want to see the shiny. See, now you can put your foot up. You can stand up here.
It's not ideal, but
Good afternoon. I think this is on. Good afternoon. How's the volume? Can we bump up the volume a little bit? How's that? Oh, better. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Laura Hermans, and I serve as the Director of Campus Ministry. And I'm happy to have you join us for our annual Christmas tree lighting celebration. And for the first time ever, we are streaming our celebration, so make sure you give a wave up to everybody joining us online. And as we begin all of our campus gatherings, we take a moment to recognize the sacred land upon which Edgewood University exists. Our Dominican heritage, educational mission, and core values call us to be stewards of this land and the native mountains located throughout our campus. We respectfully acknowledge our local First Nation, the Ho-Chunk, and the additional 11 indigenous nations of Wisconsin that have shaped our state's history and our local community. And so to kick us off this afternoon, we have some important announcements from President Mannion.
Thank you. And by important announcements, she means the winners of the door competition. So the door decorating tradition has become one of my favorite things of the year, and it is especially gratifying because as I'm speaking to people this year, I noticed more folks sharing just how much they enjoy doing them and how much they enjoy getting together with people and decorating their doors. And so this year, our door decorations were more far-flung than ever before. They took us all the way up to Dominican Hall, all the way down to the stream. We were in the library, we were in Jerichi, we were in Predlin. There was doors and doors everywhere. Please do make a point of brightening your own holiday season by going around and looking at some of these doors and visiting with the folks who spent the time to create them. They're absolutely spectacular. Sadly, we can only give prizes for 3 of them, but I can give as many honorable mentions as I want, so I'm going to be doing some of those. And one that I'm not even sure how to categorize it, but it's worth the trip upstairs to the psychology offices, where they have cleverly replaced the lyrics of a couple of Rodgers and Hammerstein songs with end of the semester sentiments that are well worth reading and pretty entertaining. So good job by those guys. So we have three categories that we look at, and that is most traditional, the best use of Edgewood University in a theme, and the best entry from a community. And so the prizes for the winners are gift certificates to Pizza Bruta. So get to know those folks who get prizes because it's tasty flatbread pizza. Okay, so starting with our most traditional, a couple of honorable mentions. First of all, I think the first time this year we had an entry from our friends on the Cutting Edge, and they did a great job with a tunnel door that's right down the hall. It's festooned with giant candy and things like that. It's fantastic. And our friends in Humanities also did a beautiful work that creates the illusion of stained glass. And I believe Thomas Aquinas himself may have written the apologetics for the holiday season, and so it takes a few minutes to read it, but it's pretty worthwhile. But in terms of our the winner for our most traditional, and this is the bonus here, is that you can just turn around and look at it. It is our friends in the events office who created a beautiful 3D tree on the door there. So if they're congratulations. Oh, and if you're not here, I'm going to give it to another person. So there you go. Way to go. Congratulations. And so if I go to the Edgewood University theme, this was a very, very hard one. The folks in, so I'm going to start with an honorable mention. The folks in the advancement office did an extraordinary job of not only creating a beautiful door and an entrance with a long ramp entry with candles and everything like that, but they also tied in the task they were given this past fall, which is to distribute the Edgewood University diplomas to alumni who requested it. And so there's a whole map of everywhere those diplomas went, and it is a map that I encourage you to go take a look at. It's also a list of all the different countries that they went to. I want to say that they delivered over 4,500 of these university diplomas all over the world, and they have all been delivered. I had the honor of delivering the very last one today to one of our own employees, Max Wynn. So congratulations to those guys for doing a great job with that task and for creating an extraordinary door to commemorate it. So, but that wasn't the winner. On the other hand, the winner for the Edgewood University theme was kind of a simple one, but it was a beautiful job of capturing the essence of the university. It was an image of snowmen, which were labeled with the values of the institution, working together to put the star on top of a tree. So it not only mentioned the values of community and collaboration and that sort of thing, but it also demonstrated it. And so our friends in the testing center win the best use of Edgewood University theme. Unless they're not here, in which case I'm going to give it to somebody else. No, I'm not really. We'll make sure they get it. And then community is an opportunity for folks to come together and work in collaboration on a common theme. And so, again, a very, very entertaining set of doors to go and take a look at. Honorable mention goes to our friends in nursing who did the 12 Days of Christmas and could have won, except for that in the 6 geese a-laying, I was pictured as one of the geese. So they lost some points on that one. On the flip side, we had an office that not only did they incorporate their community into the decorating of the door, but they also decorated themselves. They were all dressed in common community theme, and they did a great job, and it's the business office. Congrats. And in so saying, she kind of gloated just then. Okay. Turning to the more important things that we're doing today. We are reminded by Thomas Aquinas that in our search for truth, we are always happy to beg a little illumination from everyone we meet on the road. And he is using the word illumination there as a metaphor, but we also beg for literal illumination, particularly as the season gets darker and as things, as winter closes in on us. And so, first of all, I want to express gratitude to our friends in the facilities area for two things. First of all, providing us with this great big illumination. Once again, they've picked out a magnificent tree and they did a fantastic job getting the lights on it. And thank you for all you community members who helped us decorate it yesterday. It looks spectacular and I cannot wait to see it lit. But I guess that means I have to stop talking. And I'd also like to remind us that we should thank our friends in facilities. It's not every year that we get 10 inches of snow on Thanksgiving weekend, and they did an extraordinary job of clearing the snow away and making it safe for us. So let's thank them for all of that. Illumination at this time of year is a theme not only of Christmas, but it's one that we see in a lot of other traditions as well. The celebration of Kwanzaa, the celebration of Hanukkah, the celebration of Diwali are all ways of celebrating light and brightness and joy. And so we join the rest of the world in celebrating light at this time of year. And one of the things I like best about the holidays that brings a little light and warmth into the holidays is the kind of festive music that we get to hear at this time of year. And so I am happy to turn the program over now to the Edgewood Chamber Singers for our opening song, led by Sergei Pavlov and accompanied by Beth Wilson. Thanks.
Child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard.
Thank you to President Mannion and to our chamber singers. And now I'd like to please welcome Dr. Gretchen Baumgart, our Vice President for Mission Integration, to offer a reflection on the celebration of Christmas.
As a Catholic university in the Dominican tradition, I'd like to share a short excerpt from a Christmas reflection by Barbara Reed, Dominican sister of Grand Rapids and distinguished professor of New Testament studies at Catholic Theological Union. As our Jewish friends rejoice in the oil that miraculously lit the candelabra in the temple for 8 days, so Christians delight in light that has come into the world in the person of Jesus. The gospel offers assurance that we are never alone, that Emmanuel, God with us, has always been right in the midst of all our sorrows and joys, with overflowing love that has the power to transform everything and comes to us in the form of the Christ. The beautifully poetic prologue of the Gospel of John offers us an image for this most profound mystery. God has, quote, pitched his tent among us. This is not a new message. During the wilderness wandering, as the Israelites crossed from bondage in Egypt to the Promised Land, they experienced God's presence in the tent of meeting. For Christians, this experience of God with us takes us on an extraordinary new dimension when the Holy One tents with us in human flesh in the person of Jesus. In our celebration of Christmas, Christians not only rejoice in God tenting with us in human form, but as followers of Christ, we too are invited out of our comfortable abodes to pitch our tent with the most vulnerable and needy of God's beloved, while resting always in our one permanent home, the love of the Holy One.
Thank you, Gretchen. And now to tell us more about the light and love of the season, I'd like to welcome our Student Senate Vice President, Anna Smertz, Siena Scholar, Emma Kaltenberg, and Siena Scholar and Emerging Leader, Leslie Sobrevilla.
Let's find a good height for this, okay.
Finding the light of Christmas isn't always easy in a world that can often feel heavy and overwhelming. With these candles, we recognize the people and places especially in need of care, hope, and healing this season. Now a poem by civil rights leader and Protestant theologian Howard Thurman. I will light candles this Christmas, candles of joy despite all sadness, candles of hope where despair keeps watch, candles of courage for fears ever present, candles of peace for tempest-tossed days, candles of grace to ease heavy burdens, candles of love to inspire my living, candles that will burn all year long. Especially in difficult times, we remember that it is brave to continue to look for the light. It is courageous to be the light for others. When the world feels overwhelming, don't forget to look around. There is light and joy right here if we remember to look for it.
Our Dominican heritage calls us to not only look for the light, but also to be light bearers and share light as we become a community of learners committed to the ongoing search for truth and building a more just and compassionate world. For example, images of Saint Dominic, the founder of the Dominican order, are often accompanied by a dog with a burning torch in its mouth. Before he was born, Saint Dominic's mother had a dream of this dog with its torch on fire, running around the entire world. This dream foretold that the child in her womb would be a great preacher who would set the world ablaze with the fire and truth of his words. Dominican saint and mystic Catherine of Siena said, "Be who God made you to be, and you will set the world on fire." During his ministry, Jesus said to the crowd who had gathered to hear him preach, "You are the light of the world. Let your light shine before others.
Here in our Edgewood community and the work each of us does every day, we follow in the footsteps of these and the other light bearers of our own history, tradition, and lives. They remind us that we never do this work alone. Each year, our campus focuses on one of our Dominican values, and this year, our value is community. Early Christians expressed Jesus' vision by placing their respective gifts at the service of the community. Likewise, our community seeks to welcome individuals who reflect a rich diversity of characteristics, cultures, and perspectives that enrich our life together. While not always easy and oftentimes messy, our value of community calls us to communicate honestly and openly, share ideas and discoveries, listen with respect and encourage, and challenge one another for mutual growth. By doing this, we share our light, and together we set the world on fire.
And now to share some specific examples of how we at Edgewood live out that value of community, I'd like to welcome Sarah Stolte, Kate Struley, Kayla Kirkman, and Jordan Smith.
Community is about recognizing that our achievements emerge not in isolation, but through mutually meaningful collaboration and trust built over time. The Nepal Himalaya Study Abroad course exemplifies this value in its very foundation. This program didn't emerge from institutional channels or formal proposals alone. It developed organically through relationships cultivated across years and continents. A chance encounter with a young woman who grew up in a refugee camp, coffee with colleagues who shared a passion for global education, local contacts who opened doors in Kathmandu. Each connection revealed a path for our students to study in Nepal. Relationship is at the heart of everything we do. I learned this here from the Sinsinawa sisters, to treat every interaction with care and to treat all people with dignity. I learned from Buddhist monks in Dharamsala to treat all relationships and all beings with compassion, through offering presence and a kind ear to listen. What made our travel to Nepal possible was this investment in authentic relationships long before there was a program to speak of. Moments of genuine connection created the trust necessary for something as ambitious as this international course to arise. The Nepal Himalaya program demonstrates that community transcends geography. It shows that when we approach relationships with authenticity and investment in others' success, we create networks that can support transformative educational experiences. Our students now benefit from a program that exists because people around the world believe in each other and in the power of shared purpose.
I had the valuable opportunity to travel to Nepal through Sarah's Artistic Immersion Heritage course. During this program, I studied Himalayan art with a particular focus on Nepali artistic traditions. Nepal comprises diverse indigenous peoples and cultures. In Nepal, I observed the deep interconnection between art and history. Nepali artists preserve historical narratives by sustaining artistic practices. Numerous community spaces display both historical and contemporary artworks. Rather than disregarding structures due to age or disrepair, communities actively restore to maintain them. While in Nepal, I had the privilege of meeting 3 friends, Shireen, Sharap, and Sonam. Their companionship greatly enriched my experience. Experiencing Nepal from their perspective provided invaluable educational insights, making this an unforgettable journey.
Hi, everyone. My name is Siobhan Gallagher. I'm going to be stepping in and helping Kayla with this, as it's a little difficult for her to read. So in the words of Kayla Kirkman, my name is Kayla Kirkman, and I just concluded my senior season on the women's soccer team. Since 2016, our team has annually held a cancer awareness game known as Eagles Kick Cancer. Originating under Coach Tim Alexander, it was a way to connect and give back to the greater Madison community. Earlier years raised money for the UW Carbon Center and were presented to them with a giant check ceremony. Lately, the game has been focused on directly benefiting players and families on our team. Typically, our cancer awareness games have raised a few $1,000s each year. A player designs the logo for each year's t-shirts that are worn in warm-ups. These shirts are also sold online and at the game itself, along with player-made food and baked goods. The event is 100% player-driven and planned. We all feel a sense of ownership regarding the game, and it has become part of our identity and culture. Last year, our team wanted to focus the game on a teammate whose father was battling pancreatic cancer. Our purpose was to show that our women's soccer team and Edgewood itself is truly a family. We learned that some things are more important than the game itself, that winning or losing was less important than being able to play for something bigger and greater than ourselves. That player is a coach for our team now, and she often talks about how that day still resonates with her and her family, how loved, comforted, and connected they felt to our program and the Edgewood community in a whole. Having been in the supporter's role in past years, this season felt a little different, as the Cancer Game fundraiser was directed toward my dad. With that, I am incredibly grateful for the support the women's soccer team has shown during my dad's battle with cancer. Their willingness to come together, organize a fundraiser for my family, and raise awareness means more than words can express. It's a reminder that this sport is bigger than the game itself. It's about people who show up, stand together, and make a real difference for when it matters most. I'm also grateful to share that recent scans showed my dad's tumor are responding well to treatment and are shrinking. This would not be possible without everyone who has stood by us throughout this journey so far, and we will forever be grateful for the unconditional love from the soccer community and Edgewood University.
Hi, my name is Jordan Smith, and once again, the Office of Student Involvement has partnered with Campus Ministry for the Season of Giving. I'm happy to share a few of the ways you all contributed to compassion and community this year. Thanks to the art club, women's basketball team, and faculty, staff, and students, we sent over 125 Christmas cards with greetings and gratitude to the Dominican Sisters of Sinsinawa who are in assisted living. Throughout the month of November, individuals and departments have been donating hygiene supplies for Core 2 students to distribute during their service learning trip to Cambodia over winter break, as well as food and hygiene supplies for Catherine's Food Pantry, an important resource to make sure no one goes hungry on our campus. This year, we turned the drives into a friendly competition and would like to celebrate graduate enrollment, the library, and wellness center. Due to them and other departments, we donated over 426 items to Catherine's Food Pantry. Our value of, Laura did not write in here clap, so you see me, I'm trying to go. Our value of community invites us to pay attention to the needs of those around us and respond to those needs with compassion. It reminds us that we can accomplish more together than we could ever do alone. Thank you.
Thank you all for sharing these wonderful examples of community, and to all of us for the ways that you live our values every day. And now to offer our closing blessing, please welcome Associate of the Dominican Sisters of Sinsinawa and a Campus Ministry Liturgy Assistant, Michelle Horton.
So there is joy and light right here if we remember to look for it. When we answer the call to be light bearers, we live out our mission of building a just and compassionate world. I will now offer a blessing from the author Jan Richardson called, "Blessed are you who bear the light." Blessed are you who bear the light in unbearable times, who testify to its endurance amid the unendurable, who bear witness to its persistence when everything seems in shadow and grief. Blessed are you in whom the light lives, in whom brightness blazes. Your heart, a chapel, an altar where in the deepest night can be seen the fire that shines within you. In unaccountable faith, in stubborn hope, in love that illumines everything broken, every broken thing it finds.
Infant holy, infant lowly, for his bed a cattle stall. Holy, little holy, Christ the babe is Lord of all. Swift are winging, angels singing, Noel's bringing, tidings bringing. Christ the babe is Lord of all. Christ the babe is Lord of all. Flocks were sleeping, shepherds keeping vigil till the morning new. Saw the glory, heard the story, tidings of the gospel true. Thus rejoicing, free from sorrow, praised his voicing, greet tomorrow. Christ the babe is born for you. Christ the babe is born for you. Christ the babe was born for you. Christ the babe was born
Thank you so much to all of our speakers, our musicians, and all of you for being here. I invite you to please join us up in Wingra Commons for some refreshments and give one last wave to our folks joining us online. Merry Christmas.